This is Our Bushels. We're doing recording of this episode of
Popcorn Talk.
Okay, Ethan, take it away.
Hi, my name is Ethan Dominguez. I'm the host of Popcorn Talk.
I'm Our Bushels, and I'll be his co-host for today.
Yay. This show is just a way of me expressing my feelings towards movies, whether I'm critiquing them, having expectations for future films, and just overall having nice conversations with people about what they felt about movies as well. A little bit about me. I'm a senior here at St. John's. I'm an accounting major, and I've had quite the passion for film for over 5 years. Ever since I was a young age, I've had a passion for film and cinematography due to my obsession of breaking down films and finding information through the littlest things that people don't normally look at. I enjoy going to the movies. That is my second home. I find inspiration and a lot of happiness through movies. And I do have an Instagram where I critique movies. It is under Bronx Movie Critic, no underscores, no capitals. All right.
Cool. All right, I'm Our Bushels. I'm a third year. I'm a secondary education major, and I just like going to the movies a lot, dissecting them, seeing how they tick, seeing what's like what's the motivation behind it, how it's all made, and how it all forms together at the end. So I'm here for the ride. All right, Ethan.
Glad to have you.
So, what are today's topics?
All right, so here are some news from the past weekend. As we all know, Venom came out on Friday, the 5th of October.
Saw that.
And I have not.
Ooh.
I am excited to be seeing it this week. However, it did break some crazy records.
Yeah, I was really surprised how well it did.
It
made number one this box office.
Yes.
It beat the Lady Gaga movie.
It beat A Star is Born, yes. It made $80 million.
It's a lot of money.
In
for
3 days.
For what, $40 million?
It was
budget?
a $100 million production budget
That's
film.
not bad. It's almost making up all its money.
Yeah, exactly. And it's already made $250 worldwide. Star is Born, the Lady Gaga, Bradley Cooper directed film, made $40 million.
It's not bad.
And both movies made it the largest October weekend of all time.
Wow.
Venom.
It's not bad. I'm surprised for what Venom is and what it became. I'm going to say that for the non-spoiler part.
If you do have anything non-spoilers to say, I do want to appreciate, because I also have what critics and other general audience members had to say, so it would be great to hear what you have to say.
I'm going to say the fights were very chaotic. Like, the fights are really cool.
Okay.
They were very chaotic, though. Very chaotic and very messy.
What I wanted to ask is, the critics gave it a 30% Rotten score.
It's a little bit too low. I give it a solid 5.
However, the audience score made it a fresh 89%.
A little bit too high.
Because fans were anticipating a Venom film, and the critics, which I disagreed with, which I wanted to hear what you had to say, said that it was loud and quite messy for a Venom film, even though from my expertise, I'm pretty sure Venom is meant to be a chaotic, loud symbiote. So I wanted to know what you thought about Venom as a whole.
All right, so I think...
Like the symbiote.
The symbiotes themselves, pretty underwhelming, poor use of them also, and missed a lot of misdirections they could have used. There was a lot of things they could have definitely done and saved themselves a lot of trouble, but they really shot themselves in the foot a couple times in this movie. Aside from all that, the Tom Hardy, honest to God, carried this movie 100%. He carried this whole movie by himself. Every other cast member in this movie was just questionable.
Was it just unnecessary side character, you could say?
No.
Okay. Certain characters?
Certain characters, yeah. And then there was just some acting and go like, okay, what are you doing here? What's your motivation? How are you helping us here?
Because I know the two characters that were said to be side characters, but were also like big characters, was Tom Hardy's girlfriend, played by Michelle Williams.
Yeah,
and
she was good.
Riz Ahmed, who I'm pretty sure was the other symbiote.
Yeah, trash.
Okay, good to know. Fun fact.
So I should say trash, as in his character had no point to this film. And he may be the main antagonist, but his motivation and how everything can be was just messy and not worth it.
Okay.
Could have done way better.
Fun fact, did you know, because Star is Born and Venom came out pretty much on the same day, diehard Lady Gaga fans,
the whole drama on Twitter.
Were sabotaging Venom scores by putting very low scores on public websites to bring it down, even though it had a 3% higher score than A Star is Born. How does that make you feel?
It's whatever, honestly. It's just petty stuff. Doesn't at the end of the day, like, people, it's really the money, the value, like the cash they rake in is really going to determine who did well and who didn't.
And Venom is already showing that they're doing better.
Yeah, There is 2 post-credit scenes, by the way.
I heard. I'm excited. I heard that it's, first of all, 2 different types.
Yeah, 2 very radical different post-credit scenes.
I heard that it's flat, showing signs of a sequel.
Yep, 100%.
I'm excited. I'm waiting for Carnage.
Mm.
All right. So let's talk about the most anticipated films of December. I did a poll on Instagram on my main account talking about the 2 main films that everyone's talking about, and that's Aquaman and the Bumblebee film. Let's talk about Aquaman.
My man.
So as we know, Comic-Con was this weekend.
Yep.
And they actually released a new trailer for Aquaman. They called it an extended preview.
Yeah, I watched it. Man, that was a long trailer. Also, it showed a lot of the movie, which I did not want to see.
Here's the thing. They did that with Justice League, and we all know what happened with Justice League.
Yeah, that was hot doo-doo.
But the film is pulling a lot of interest. 5 million views with over 138,000 likes in 3 days.
And what about the dislikes, though?
Dislikes, 3.8.
Okay.
So here are a few things. First of all, the release date comes out December 14th.
21st.
14th, Bumblebee's the 21st.
Oh, 21st, you're right.
How does that date sound to you?
I'm looking at it right now on my calendar. December 14th.
It should be a Friday.
It's a Friday, yes. It is a Friday. It's 2 weeks before the Christmas vacation. I think it's a good week because there's nothing else noticeable coming out that same week. As well, it's early in December where not a lot of people are going to be doing much because Christmas shopping is going to be starting the week after.
Yeah.
So I think it's in that just sweet spot for opportunity to make some money.
Yeah.
There's no other like noticeable movies until like the week after, which is
Bumblebee, which is a bad point for them.
Bumblebee and Enter the Spider-Verse.
Yes, which I'm actually really excited about.
So we got 2 big juggernauts following the next week. So I think that's going to knock them down to 3rd or 2nd place.
It's going to be good, though. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Next up, the biggest part of the trailer was Aquaman unveiling the classic yellow-green suits.
I didn't like it. It's too bright.
I actually found it too dark. I
think it was too bright.
I just feel like Jason Momoa was rocking a little bit too much facial hair.
So you want to like cut the locks and clean shave it up?
Keep the facial hair because I actually really enjoy the facial hair for Aquaman. The locks, the hair, the back of the hair, just cut it a little bit short. I like Jason Momoa as Aquaman. He brings light and comedy into a character that not a lot of people enjoy.
A lot of people don't like his Aquaman because he's nothing like the OG Aquaman. Yeah. Not the campy one, but like the honorable the Aquaman we all know. But I like it. He makes it fun.
I actually enjoyable. It. No, exactly.
I think the costume's too bright.
Okay.
I feel like if they just made it a little bit darker, maybe took more of a modern twist to it, like they did with Batman's outfit, Wonder Woman's outfit, and Superman's outfit.
I agree. Next up, speaking of different characters, we got to see a lot more of Black Manta and Queen Mara in the film as well.
True.
How did you feel about it? I'm really excited for Black Manta.
He looks so good. The Queen, I'm indifferent. I think I don't know. I don't want to make prejudgment right now because I feel like I still haven't seen enough to really understand her character and her role. Well, I know her role's going to be like, leading Aquaman, convincing him to become the king and the hero that they need. But I don't know if it's such a crucial part that she needs to be in the film.
I'm just indifferent about
as well as the
Amber Heard. Amber Heard, I'm just a little iffy about, but I actually like the little bit of powers we've seen not only from Justice League, but the little water stuff that she was doing. I'm excited. Now, a lot of people are saying this is going to be the second greatest film of DC underneath Wonder Woman. And people are saying this is the new DC. And the future of DC is looking the status bit bright. How do you feel about a whole DC new revival that they're planning to have?
Well, there was word in the street earlier that they're going to do Flashpoint with Flash, and that was going to reset everything. But then that got canned. And then there's Elseworld going on, which is the Joker's movie.
Yeah.
So I think there's no doubt about it. This is going to be the second best DC movie because you got Batman vs. Superman and Justice League, and you have Superman underneath that belt. Superman, I didn't like Superman. It was too boring. Man of Steel, it was too boring. Batman vs. Superman could have been great, but it was flat.
Agreed.
And then I enjoyed Justice League. I gave it a 7. But it just needed just a lot of misdirections and stupid mustache thing again. But but with Aquaman, I think it could definitely be higher up there because I don't want DC to be like Marvel, which is just like jokes with action.
Yeah.
I like the serious tone to bring it and
The darker like tone.
Yeah, the darker tone as well as the more like real world it is. Because in all Marvel films, there's no consequences.
No.
Well, you can argue, like Sokovia Accords and
But they
Civil
didn't
War.
take that seriously.
Exactly, and then DC has the same issues. Like, there's no weight in their final battles. Like, I almost ruined Justice League right there. Never mind. Like Batman versus Superman, like they fought on an island.
And they fought Doomsday for like 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. So I think Aquaman's definitely gonna bring a new light because it looks like with Shazam.
No, I'm excited for Shazam.
All these movies are gonna do something new, and the new Wonder Woman, the synopsis is taking place in the Cold War with nuclear.
And
the
Cheetah is supposedly the villain, which I'm excited about.
Somehow that's gonna work in. I don't know how you. Yeah, I don't know.
So now I'm gonna get to my favorite movie that I'm excited for, which is Bumblebee. I am a huge Transformers fan. And just to make it just to make sure it's known, this is not a sequel. This is not part of the Bayverse franchise, which you could all take a breather. It's its own prequel. It's its own universe.
Soft reboot.
It is a clean
it's connected
remake. It is, but
it's like a soft, light reboot.
Because I'm already making theories that you know how he's a beetle in this. This is most likely going to take place when everything finishes. He's going to be parked right next to Sam when Sam picks the Camaro. So that's the theory I'm making. But it's a clean remake. It's a remake and reboot at the same time because they're finally making the G1, the thing we've all been waiting for, at the same time still connecting it to what Michael Bay had done. They also had a trailer in the last 2 weeks. 8 million views, 108,000 likes, and 4.4 dislikes. Did you ever see the trailer?
Yeah, I saw both of them. I rewatched them because I really like the music and I really like the second trailer, and especially the new Decepticons. Yeah,
I've seen it 20 plus times.
Wow.
I'm a really big Transformers fan, and when I saw,
it's all about that G1 as well as that Transformers movie. Why did they kill Optimus? We will never know.
It's all about that shockwave, my guy. But just straight up, just what do you think? Expectations? How are you feeling about this film?
I think this movie's gonna be in a brand new direction. We haven't seen a Transformers movie before. It's gonna be like Transformers 1. It's gonna be like a real film instead of a movie. Sorry, technical difficulties. I think with this movie, it's gonna be more emotional, like the first movie, and it's gonna give a deeper explanation to the lore of Transformers, but while still explaining B's story. Because we see in Transformers, I think 4 or 5, where we see Bumblebee in a flashback in Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
So I think this is really going to shine more light on who Bumblebee is and who he is as a character. And as well as going to show us the war. I'm really excited. They're going to show us the war in Cybertron.
Yep, that's
because that looks so dope. And they showed us Shockwave's cassettes.
Soundwave's
cassettes. So I'm all excited for that. I'm excited.
I've been waiting. They showed bits and pieces of the war on the third film for the Dark of the Moon.
Yeah.
But what's really weird is that when in the 5th movie, when they show the flashback of Bumblebee in the war against Nazi Germany, I don't believe that's canon because that shows that Bumblebee was there. Actually, it might be canon, but at the same time, it doesn't make sense because Bumblebee starts off as a Jeep and then a Beetle in this film. Mm-hmm. And this seems to be taking place. Bumblebee lands there, I think. We don't know how long Bumblebee has been
So
on
I think
Earth.
Bumblebee may have landed earlier.
Because
remember in the Bay universe in 4 and 3, where that crazy conspiracy guy has been telling Sam and then they've been here longer than we expected with the Model Ts and everything, and then there's the Society of Wikis or Wickeds or whatever.
The Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah, and so they've been around for a while. We just don't know how long Bumblebee has been around, so he could have been around. Yeah, as long as them.
I'm just really excited for it.
I'm excited going back to the roots. We saw some G1 Optimus too. We saw 2 brand new Decepticons. I can't remember. I know I've seen them before.
Shatter and Dropkick. Dropkick has been not in the actual Transformers films, but he has been in the original G1. Mm-hmm. Shatter is a brand new Decepticon made for the movie. And then in terms of reoccurring Transformer characters, we have Optimus and Bumblebee, which seem to be the only Autobots. Actually, you think you see Starscream,
or is it
Shockwave? The guy that you see flying the jet is actually Blitzwing.
Really, we're doing Blitzwing. Oh man.
The thing is I would have been fine with Blitzwing.
They had Starscream's OG color scheme.
No, yeah. There's another Transformer when they show all the war stuff that it looks like Starscream. But the thing I'm upset about is, you could have Blitzwing, but at least have him in his triple changer form. This guy is a jet and tank. I want to see tank.
Maybe they're saving that because like they showed Jet and Car with Shatter
And Dropkick, yeah. They are triple changes. They're just not. At least they're now showing clean Transformer transitions. So the last thing I want to say before we close, first of all, next week's episode is to be announced, but it is going to be next week. I'm working on an idea for that. But in terms of Aquaman versus Bumblebee, who do you think is going to be better? Just quick.
Bumblebee, because that has more nostalgia. Everyone's like giving up on the DCU. It's on its final legs.
3 questions.
Yo,
Who will have the better review, Aquaman or Bumblebee?
Bumblebee.
Agreed. Who will make the most money, Aquaman or Bumblebee? I say Aquaman.
Bumblebee.
The only reason why I'm saying Aquaman is just like Into the Spider-Verse, people are excited. Not a lot of people know about
That's right.
the
They're
film.
both coming down both the same day. So yeah, I'm changing it to Aquaman. You're right.
And who is most likely to receive a sequel? One, either or both?
Both.
Agreed. Just so people know, Aquaman does come out December 14th, and Bumblebee comes out December 21st.
Awesome. Thank you, Ethan.
Thank you. Thank you guys for tuning in.
I'm Albert.
And I'm Ethan.
Thank you for tuning in for today's episode of
Popcorn Talk.
All right, catch you around, guys.